Hi, Denise Farquharson from Denise Farquharson Coaching here. Today I'm going to be sharing with you exactly what happens when you go for an emotional intelligence report, whether it's for yourself or you're considering it for your customers or clients. And what I'm going to take you through is what it's all about, how does it work, and how they'll get the results that they need. Now, just a quick reminder, emotional intelligence is all about how you react to your emotions, how you recognize them, and how you regulate them. Now, I always work on leadership emotional intelligence traits, ones that sets you apart as a business leader, the ones that sets you apart in order for you to really stand up in a different way, in that you might be super confident and competent as an engineer, in science, in retail, in social services. But guess what? Even if you're really competent in these things, unless you have great empathy, unless you have great emotional relationship rapport with your customers, with your clients, unless you are understanding of yourself, love yourself, self-reliant, if you don't set goals, for instance, that's all linked to your emotional intelligence traits. And if those aren't in place, sorry, no matter how many strategies you derive, and how many graphs you create, it's not going to give you that edge. And this is what's so important now in this time that we're living in, is that you build your emotional intelligence stamina really strongly. And that's what I can help you with. And so I get you to fill out a questionnaire. That questionnaire will ask you a number of questions. From those questions, I can generate quite quickly a report for you. It ends up being something that, now this one is my report. I've had this one for at least 7 years. That's how long I've been doing emotional intelligence coaching. So let me just give you a little bit of insight into what the report will give you. Firstly, it's 20 pages long. And I work with an amazing company called Roche Martin to absolutely help me produce this, because they're the ones who've done the detailed neuroscience behind it. It's amazing. And so first of all, it comes up with just a generic score around, actually based on the way that you've answered these questions, we think that you are generally in the population where you have ability to enhance your leadership. And it gives you a score based on that. And that's an overriding score. And then it will also list the ECR competencies, the Emotional Capital Report competencies. Let me list them for you. Self-knowing, self-confidence, self-actualization, self-reliance, straightforwardness, relationship skills, empathy, self-control, adaptability, and optimism. Can you imagine all those put together to help you or your client, if you're doing this on behalf of your client, to really delve deep into their own personal plan, their own personal development? It's strengthening them as a person to really deliver and get and perform in the way that they would really like to. The next thing it does is that actually it then shows a score for each of those 10 competencies. So for instance, for mine, for self-knowing, I was either a development need or a signature strength, and mine was actually right in the middle, effective range. So let me just show you an example there, okay? And it shows showing that actually, Denise, there's some work to do on that. It also gave me a score on self-confidence. It also gave me a score on my optimism. Now, the interesting thing about this is that actually, if you have other people fill out the questionnaire for you as well, because you can either do it a personal report, or you can do a second type of report, which is what we call a 360. So you can have up to 15 to 20 people filling this out for you. That's amazing, because guess what? That can also show a result of, I might think I'm super optimistic, but actually, when you calculate the rest of the raters of optimism on you, it may show a very different result. And that's what it did for me, for my optimism, for instance. But that's a great way of showing and displaying how it will all turn out for you. And then it starts to help you to then pinpoint, okay, I can't deal with all of my emotional intelligence traits in one go, but I can start to deal with 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 of them. And the way I coach you is that you absolutely get to focus on specific areas. You'll get specific strategies. I'll give you specific action plans. You'll get great tips. You'll get great techniques about how to strengthen those traits. Why? Because if where they're strong, you show up better as a person, you show up better as a leader, you show up better as a team manager, team leader, supervisor, retailer, product servicer, whatever role you're in, entrepreneur or online coach, social media, amazing virtual assistant, whatever role you're in, you can build your emotional stamina and your emotional quotient. So then it goes into another set of details about your emotional intelligence traits as well. And so, for instance, my self-knowing, let me give you an example of what it says. Emotionally intelligent leaders are aware of their emotional experience and know that they know what they are feeling most of the time. They have the capacity to recognize how their feelings and emotions impact their personal opinions, attitudes, and judgments. And then based on that, it will then take me into an area of, now this is how you can work on it. So then that's a couple of pages. Then there's another set of pages that gives me a full-blown profile summary of all my emotional intelligence traits versus what I think I am versus what other raters think I am as well. Then it gets into detail about, well, actually, Denise, maybe you should spend some more time around these particular aspects of self-knowing or these particular aspects of optimism or empathy or relationship skills so that you can build on that so that you react, regulate, and recognize it more easily. And then towards the back then, there's a whole section of verbatim comments. It also goes into a big coaching section, which I take you through as well and help you create those strategies and action plans. So why not go for it? Why not get a report for yourself? Or if you are running prizes, bonuses, wanting to think about a different gift, offer that to someone else and just see how their emotional stamina can be boosted. Just see their performance rise, deliver, and have a different presence from what they were yesterday to what they can become. Personal development is so crucial right now. So why wait? Contact me at Denise at denisefarquharson.com and I'll have a chat with you, or message me below. Take care. Bye-bye.